Hey everyone, this is Steven the Movie Collector, and doing A through Z, no, uh A through E in my collection. So here we go. I got the 6 film collection, The Conjuring Universe. It has Annabelle Comes Home, The Nun, Annabelle, The Conjuring, Annabelle Creations, and The Conjuring 2. I have Conjuring 3, it's like the only one I have in 4K, and I also have La Llorona too. So, I know The Nun comes in 4K, but I gotta pick that up soon. Next up, 1917. Good war movie, you should check it out when you see it, and everything. This is part 1, by the way. 355. The 355. Great flick, great cast, beautiful women. What can I say more about it? Check it out if you haven't seen it. 300. Enough said. Sparta! 8 Mile. I had to pick this up in 4K. I live in Michigan. I'm a few miles away from Detroit. I had to pick it up. Go Eminem, the greatest rapper of all time. 13 Hours. John Cusack. I think no. I can't. No, not Cusack. But the John guy from The Office. Great actor. Always love his film. I had to pick this up because of him. Check it out if you haven't seen it. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I had to pick this up because every time I see a John Goodman movie in 4K, I pick it up and everything. Pick it up if you haven't seen it. 12 Monkeys, the Arrow release. It's the Arrow 4K release. Got this on sale, I think a couple of years ago, at Barnes & Noble. Next up, both 21 and 22 Jump Street. I like these, but I like the TV show and movies from the past with Johnny Depp better. But still check these out. There's still funny scenes and everything. The chemistry between Ice Cube and Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum is magical. Next up is 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. The Own the Moment double feature. Had to pick this up, save space, and it does have somewhat of a good special features, but I got this because this is like a rarity. I like the Own the Moment movie. Next up, Shout Factory, Army of Darkness. 4K. I had to pick this up because I'm a big Army of Darkness or Evil Dead thing. I still gotta get the 2013 remake and this Evil Dead Rises one too. Alligator. I had to pick it up. I like Alligator films. I'm still looking for Lake Placid 1 on Blu-ray. I have it digitally, but I want it on Blu-ray because I like Betty White. She's the best. Amen to that. one of the only Spider-Man movies I like, besides Eight-Legged Freaks, Arachnophobia, another John Goodman movie I like. Check it out if you haven't. Pretty good 90s film. The Appreciation, the Apparition. Not my favorite ghost film. Sorry about that. But if I had to make a top 10 or top 15, this would be in my list. Sorry about that, that's my AC turning on. Next up, Angel Has Fallen. I have to get the other sequels. I don't think they are on 4K, but I'll pick them up eventually. I can get them at Disc Replay or something like that, cheap. Next up, Anna. I have to watch this eventually. I gotta go through my collection and watch the ones I haven't yet. But I'll check this one out. If you have seen it, let me know. Next up, Ant-Man. This one I feel is the best out of the three. Stuff like that. But that's how I feel. If you don't agree, that's on you, it's not on me, okay? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Next up, Ant-Man and Wasp, the sequel to the Ant-Man. Pretty good film. Also, not as good as the first one. First one will always be the best. I like Lawrence Fishburne in this one. Next up is Ant-Man Quantumania. This one is better than Ant-Man and Wasp in my opinion. Great. All three of them have great casts and everything to that. I got this because this was cheap. It's one of the worst video game adaptations. I can't pronounce it right. I got this for like less than $8 at Best Buy. Got it because I did play the game. I was going into this blind, and I regret spending $8 on this. Next up is a triple feature. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Goldmember. Get in my belly! Triple feature, my favorite, Mike Myers, films. Check them out if you haven't seen them. The A24-5 film collection. It's Hereditary, X, The Witch, Green Room, It Comes at Night. I haven't seen Green Room yet. If you have seen Green Room, let me know in the comments on how it is. One of my favorite werewolf movies, American Werewolf in London. I want to get the Arrow release, the 4K version of it, but I'm kind of cheap on buying it. Next up, I want another great one of my favorite war movies. Allied, takes place during World War II, spies, stuff like that. Moran, I can't pronounce her name right. She's a pretty good actress. Brad Pitt. Anything he's in is pretty good. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man collection. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. The only Spider-Man movies I don't have is a Tobey Maguire one, I'm planning on getting those in the 4K triple pack eventually and everything, because I have all the Tom Holland ones in 4K too. And since those are canon now in the MCU. Next up is Ambulance. I seen this last year. Pretty good film. Eliza Gonzalez, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I like her, and my first exposure to her was in the Dusk Till Dawn TV show that lasted 2 seasons. I have a thing for Latinas. Pretty fun as hell. Next up is a okay movie. It has Michael Keaton and Dylan O'Brien. Michael Keaton's known for Batman, and Dylan's known for Teen Wolf. I'm going to give this another watch. I've seen this, but it was a couple of years ago, so I want to get my memory of it correct and everything. Next up is another, one of my favorite, it's my favorite Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington movie, is, American Gangster and everything. Check it out. It's a pretty long movie, but pretty good. This next up, I've seen this in the movies, and this is, I think, the Walmart exclusive. It has Zachary Levi in it, and Anna Paquin, and Dennis Quaid in it. Zachary Levi is known for Shazam, and Anna is known for True Blood, and Dennis Quaid, you know who that is. He's a veteran actor. Special feature, and everything. It has like a shirt or something. Pretty good film. I've seen it in the theaters. Before I purchase them, I always see them in theaters. 20% of my movies I bought blind. Take a drink. Another war movie based off of true events, supposedly. True story. It's, the American Traitor Trial of Axis Shelley. Pretty good film. I seen it because of Al Pacino and stuff like that. Al Pacino was always be great because of Godfather and stuff like that. But I think he just had a baby recently at age 80. Why? You're not going to be alive for his graduation. Next up is one of my childhood favorites. I had to buy in 4K. Aladdin. Plus, it's Robin Williams. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. That's a pretty good film. If you're a movie collector, you should always have that in your collection, no matter if it's Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, or whatever, digital. Next up is the 40th anniversary edition of Alien. Always gonna have this in my one over the other ones. Sigourney Weaver is hot then and hot now. Don't hate the play. Women are women. I'm a man. I like women. So, almost done with the A's. Next up is the first Avengers. I'm always gonna be happy I got this one in 4K. I like this one the most. The first one will always be number 1. Endgame number 2. Infinity War number 3. And Age of Ultron number 4. If you haven't seen it, Age of Ultron number 2 is Avengers number 2, but it's last on my list. Only reason I somewhat like this one is because of James Spader. He's the best actor. I like him in Blacklist too. Infinity War, and everything. If you the assembled cast, basically 90% of the people in acting is in the film. Endgame couldn't have the whole thing without Endgame. I do have all the current Marvel movies on physical release. I'm just waiting for the rest of them. Next up, I want to upgrade this to 4K Antebellum. Pretty good film, time traveling film. If you haven't seen it. I've seen this in the theaters. It's a pretty good film. Next up is Antlers. Pretty good film by Del Toro. Pretty good scary flick. I was surprised about this. It's about a Wendigo. That's all I'm gonna say about this story. If you like horror, you'll like this one. Del Toro always does stuff great. Next up is a great, all-time great. I had to get this. Bought this at Target. Apocalypse Now on 4K. 40th anniversary 6-disc set. If you haven't had this on 4K yet, you should. Great picture and everything. My least favorite, it's not a bad movie, but with the way Amber Heard is, she kind of tarnished this one. I'm still gonna buy Aquaman 2 and The Flash, but just because I want to complete the DC movies, is Aquaman #1. He did a pretty good role and everything in it. Played a good Arthur Curry. Now we're on to Bees. Batman with Robert Patrick. Pretty good film. Batman Soul of the Dragon. One of the movies I have to watch. I haven't watched yet. Batman Year One Commemorative Edition. Seen this, pretty good. If you haven't seen it. Out of these two, I like this one over this one, but they're both still good. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice on 4K. I do have the other one, but in alphabetical order, it doesn't fall under this one. That's a Justice League. No, my bad. Not Dawn of Justice. Next up is another classic. Big Trouble in Little China. I want to upgrade this to 4K eventually, but I will. But this is a Screen Factory edition. Pick it up if you haven't. Most of my Screen Factories have the 4K. Beverly Hills Cop 1 4K. I hope they release numbers parts. I think there's a third one. Beverly Hills Cop. I don't know. There is. I hope they release the third one 4K. 35th anniversary of Beverly Hills Cop 2. Check this one out. Pretty good sequel. The Blinko Experiment. I seen this in theaters. I think it was in theaters for about a week or two, and I was lucky enough to see it. It wasn't a bad movie. It has the guy that played Daryl Dixon's brother, and you should check it out. Sorry about that. I don't want my things to fall. Beetlejuice, the first one. I'm glad they're coming out the second one about damn time. You should check this one out if you haven't seen it. It's a good 80s/90s classic. Another Michael Keaton great. My orange cat's curious. Uh, Beauty and the Beast, another Disney classic you should have in your collection. Check it out when you get a chance. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood about Mr. Rogers. Anybody from all different generations know who this is. You should watch it. Another Tom Hanks great. Next up, The Bad Guys. Pretty good animated film. I've seen this one in the theaters when it came out, and it does include the all new exclusive shorts. Sorry, just moving something over. Babadook, it's one of the few Scream Factories that I don't have a cover for, like the slip cover for it. Pretty good film. I like the Babadook. It's a pretty good film. Next up, sorry about that, I had to straighten it up. Is the Back to the Future Steelbook Collection. Play movies. I had to have this in my collection. I'm a Michael J. Fox fan. Another movie up is Blade. I hope they come out with Blade 2 on 4K and everything. If not, I'll just buy the Blu-ray versions of it. Another Scream Factory film I don't got the slip cover for is The Blob and everything. Terror Has No Shape. Pretty good horror film if you're into horror. Liam Neeson in The Blacklight. Pretty good film. Liam Neeson's always in action. I also like him in Phantom Menace. This is an Ethan Hawke film. Not my favorite film in my collection. It's called The Black Phone. Seeing this in the movies. Like I said before, 80% of these films I have seen in the movies and everything. Next up, Black Widow. If they released this 2-3 years ago, it probably would have done better, because they released this after her character died in the Endgame. Spoiler alert. Next up, one of the worst DC movies, Black Adam. They should have had Shazam in it. Next up, Wakanda Forever. Yeah, I know some of these are not in order. I just care if they're in A, B, C's, and everything. Next up, is Black Panther, the first one. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. I think that's how we pronounce his name. Black Christmas. It's an okay remake. They remade that one so many times. Next up, Birth of the Nation. It takes place, I think, during slavery in the 19th century. Next up, Birds of Prey. Kind of like the actress that plays Harley Quinn. She's kind of cute. One of my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movies, The Birds. Next up, almost done with the bees. Bullet Train, the Walmart exclusive one with Brad Pitt. Had to pick it up. I liked it and everything. Here's one of the ones that uh, started the Buffy craze, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is the original Joss Whedon one from '93. Pretty good one, but it's not as dark as one with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Next up, Brightburn. Basically, he's like Superman or whatever, but evil. Next up, Breaking. It's about a guy that's like based on a true story of one man's fight to be heard, trying to help out his son or daughter. Next up is The Boy. The first one's good. It has the lady from that plays Maggie in Walking Dead. Next up, Brahms, The Boy 2, sequel to the first one, and this one has Katie Holmes instead of the girl that played Maggie. Next up, Boss Baby, back in business. I have to get the first one 4K and everything. That's why I have. If a movie has a 4K release, I don't pick up the Blu-ray. I automatically pick up the 4K instead, because the 4K comes with the Blu-ray anyways. One of my favorite biopics, Bohemian Rhapsody. Everyone shits on it, but I like it. I wasn't alive when he was still alive. Next up is Bloodshot. I seen this right before the the pandemic hit in 2020, March 2020. Next up, Captain America: First Avenger. Sorry, these ain't in alphabetical order. Candyman, Day of the Dead. I just need to get the second one. The remake of Candyman. The original. The Call. Cabin in the Woods. The Mondo Steelbook. Bumblebee. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Hitting the 30-minute mark. Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. Coming to America. Come to Daddy with Elijah Wood. Come to Play. Color of Space. Cold Space with Liam Neeson. Cloverfield, the first one, found footage film. Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange, the 50th anniversary edition. City of Lies, I think this is about Biggie's death. Christine, I want to get the 4K release of this. I want to upgrade it eventually. Child's Play 3. Child's Play 2. Child's Play 1. I like the first 3. I think they're releasing the rest on 4K. I might get them. I still gotta get the last, some of the releases of the 4K of Halloween. Child's Play remake with Mark Hamill. The first Charlie's Angels movie from the early 2000s. Chaos Walking. Castaway. I want them to come out with a 4K of this one. It's another great Hanks movie. Casino Royale. Pretty good James Bond movie. Sad to see him ending in the role last year. Al Pacino. In Sheldon Japan and Carlito's Way. Good Al Pacino movie. Captain Marvel. Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. Constantine. Countdown. Crawl. Creed. Creed 2. Creed 3. Call of the Wild. Croods. First one. Croods 3. No, Croods 2. New Age. Call the Wind, Croods, and New Age, if I haven't said them. Cruella and Cry Macho. La La Rona. The Curse. Almost done with the C's. Christmas, Bloody Christmas. It's not really a good film. Crimes of the Future. Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home 2. The Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan's one. Still gotta get the other one. Other trilogy. Dark Tower, 4K Steelbook. Dawn of the Dead. Days of Thunder. The Dead Don't Die. There's the guy that played Kylo Ren on Deadpool. Deadpool 2. Can't wait for Deadpool 3. Dear Evan Hansen. Dementia 13. Devil Inside. The Horror 2-pack, Devil's Rejects and 1,000 Corpses. Digimon Adventure Try. Reunion. Digimon Adventure Try Confession. Digimon Adventure Try Determination. Digimon Adventure Last Evolution. RL Shout Factory releases. Shout Select version of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee movie. Doctor Sleep, sequel to The Shining. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Dog. Don't Breathe. I hope they release that in 4K. Don't Breathe 2. Doom 1. I have Annihilation, but it's on digital. I refuse to own it physically. Dragon Ball Super Broly. Resurrection F. Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, correction. Dragon Ball Superheroes. Managed to see that in theaters. Another war movie I like, Dunkirk. Shout Factory or whatever. Dances with the Wolves, Kevin Costner's my favorite Kevin Costner's movie. Death of the Nile with Gail Gadot. I can't pronounce her name right. Dream a Little Dream. It's a Discron Collection movie. The Dentist Collection. Deepwater Hazard. Dune. Another movie got on sale for like less than $10. Die Hard, the 30th anniversary. Got it because he ain't making movies anymore. Best Drawing Collection movie Extreme Progress. This is another Best Drawing Collection movie. Evil Dead 2 and 1. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Pretty good movie. Glad that they're making more Asian American movies. The Asian actresses. Every Breath You Take. For now, I think they were in the 80s. Eternals. Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Escape Room. Escape Plan. I only like the first one, so I only have it, and it's in 4K. The other ones are just bullshit movies. Escape from LA. Escape from New York. Need to upgrade this to 4K. Scream Factory did it, I think, or Kino Library. Enchantio, or whatever, however you pronounce, another Disney film. Asylum, another movie I have to watch. Elvis, another movie I've seen in the movie theater. Earth Girls Are Easy, it's another Best Drawing Collection movie. from the series. E.T. Extraterrestrial, Steelbook 4K. Next up is Equalizer 1 and 2. Last two of this one. This is numbers through A. Every so often I'm gonna do parts of my collection like this. Next up will probably be F through J. But have a blessed day, and thank you for watching.